on why you were here, and I think the victim of, if you've heard your story and you've told that story many times, but if you would share how that's affected your view as you go forward and the issues that you're wanting to address today.
Certainly. So when I was speaking about different classifications of hate crimes, which actually has increased and obviously impacts statistics, when I was in high school, I received a slew of messages from the Democrat governor of Connecticut's son, Mr. Gov Malloy, and at the time he was the mayor of Stamford, and his son, along with 3 other boys, referred to me as the N-word, threatened to tar and feather my family and put a bullet in the back of my head like they did to Martin Luther King. This is a story that's not often spoken about because the media has no interest in telling the truth about how it's formed my views towards conservatism. The media turned it into a firestorm, and it became a political tool for people to gain power. The NAACP used me at that time, would just meet me outside of the school with cameras in tow to speak out against the crimes. Of course, now I'm older, and I realize that that's really just a fundraising mechanism, and that a lot of these groups survive because they cannot have the problem fixed, ever. The NAACP never wants racism to go away. Bottom line, all I was looking for at that time was an apology. The youngest person in that car was 14 years old, and I understand that human beings can make mistakes and do stupid things, but we're not in a society anymore where an apology is good enough, and we're obsessed with labels. We're obsessed with labeling people as racist, as they did to those young boys, and it simultaneously impacted me as a victim. It's not fun to be a victim, and I'm adamantly against victimhood, and I speak out to the Black community about how it ultimately harms us.
And I appreciate Anna for sharing that, and I think as we go forward, as I started my testimony with, is all of us here need to be heard. This is exactly what we're advocating. The more we hear, the more we can then at least relate to those who we may disagree with or agree with, and I thank you for being a part, and the rest. With that, I yield back.
The gentlelady from Texas, Ms. Jackson Lee.
Chairman and Ranking Member, let me thank you so very much for this hearing, and let me acknowledge each and every one of the witnesses. Your viewpoints are crucial to us. We are fact finders with our own personal emotions, but we are grateful for your testimony. I want to, my time is short, so forgive me if I pointedly ask for abbreviated answers. Let me say that coming from Texas, I must take note of James Baird, which as a member of the